taking the Ranger, homie, I ain't but fuck all these fakes. Independent truck, WI boy, so I don't know, you ain't know how to skate. Tendo with the nerve case in my backpack, for them taking a break. I just be running, ain't taking no breaks. I got the main fur mixed with snake. Running up, stacking up, all I know this ceiling can take. Dark marks with the shades on, war ready like you catching a fake.
Alright, our next topic is, second to last topic is WWE call-ups.
Alrighty. So if you guys were watching Monday Night Raw, Sol Ruca and Ethan Page are on Monday Night Raw. Joe Hendry debuts on Raw next Monday.
Which is already, guys, as you guys are listening or watching this, it's already happened. He's already on Raw, and he's at his concert.
It's gonna be tomorrow, and so we might bring that up on the next episode of the podcast.
I have a feeling someone's going to interfere Joe Hendry's concert.
Probably. So Joe Hendry is on Raw. So the Raw call-ups are Sol Ruca, Ethan Page, and Joe Hendry. On SmackDown, if you guys were watching 2 nights ago, Friday, you would have saw the Fatal Influence. JC Jane, Alan Henley, and I forget the other one.
I don't know her name.
But I forget, the other one is kind of slipping my memory. Hold on. So JC Jane, Alan Henley, and Laney Reed is the other one.
Okay.
So you guys would have seen them. They had a match for, I believe, with Rhea Ripley.
Yeah, and
they got disqualified, and they're now in a long-term story with Rhea Ripley. Ricky next Friday, which at the time of next Friday comes Ricky Saints. He will be on SmackDown, and Blake Monroe is coming up very soon. It just says coming soon, so that might happen.
She might be on SmackDown.
No, it is. She is going to be on SmackDown.
Okay, I said this in the podcast, is I would love to see Tiffany Stratton versus Blake Monroe.
Exact date of debut is unknown, but she's coming soon. So the Raw call-ups are Sol Ruca, Ethan Page, Joe Hendry, and Fatal Influence, Blake Monroe, and Ricky Saints are all on SmackDown. And that concludes the list of names coming to WWE. My thoughts on them real quick. I like them all. I think they're... The one thing I find funny about Joe Hendry being on Raw is that he doesn't really have any red gear.
Alright, he has blue.
So I would have thought he would be on SmackDown.
I mean, they did that with AJ Styles, too.
AJ Styles also had red gear. It just got sold out, and because it was so popular that it sold out like really quick. Blake Monroe and Ethan Page and Sol Ruca, I'm interested to see what they're going to be doing with all of them. I like Ethan Page. I always thought he had main roster capabilities. He's good on the mic. He's good in the ring. So I feel like he's a solid addition. And Sol Ruca, well, my thoughts on her is it's about damn time, because I feel like Sol Ruca and even the NXT Women's Champion now, Lola Vice, I feel like they should have been called up ages ago.
Yep.
But I'm glad to see that Lola Vice is getting a title reign, and same thing with Tony D'Angelo. I'm sure at some point, maybe next year, those two will be called up to Raw and SmackDown. So
I feel like maybe after SummerSlam, maybe.
Yeah. As far as Joe Hendry, like obviously Joe Hendry's the biggest name in wrestling at this point, and the ceiling is literally like sky high, right? I have like all the confidence in the world that Joe Hendry is going to be absolutely huge. He's over with the fans. He's over in the ring. He's just a good gimmick, and you know it's him when he comes out. You know it's Joe Hendry. So I feel like those three are perfect on the main roster. As for Fatal Influence, I think they have huge potential, all three. Say what you want, but JC Jane is a former 2-time NXT Women's Champion. She's also a TNA World Knockout Champion. She's also a North American Champion. Say what you want about them, and Fallon Henley, I believe, is a Speed Champion, which which I have my own thoughts on the speed division. I think it's an absolute joke, but it doesn't take away from her. I think they have like huge potential. And Ricky Saints, same thing with Ethan Page and Sol Ruca. I feel like it's about time that he comes, and it didn't take long for him to come up on the main roster either. Yeah. And Blake Monroe, obviously, she's going to be big.
That one, I have a big problem. I think it's too soon for Blake Monroe to be called up.
Okay.
Same with Ethan Page and Ricky Saints and a little bit of Joe Hendry, because they just got into WWE. They should be down there for a little longer. Like, the ones that have been in the company the longest should be moved up. Yes, I get that they are not ready to be main evented onto the main roster and shit, but they've been on the roster of NXT for the longest time. They gotta be moved up or something. If they're not ready, just get rid of them. Like Thea Hill, what the frick?
Yeah, Ken Paxley. Yeah, I see that point. Even Tony D'Angelo has been down there a while.
Yep.
I like them all. I feel like all of them are good fits on both Raw and SmackDown.
And, well, I thought Ricky Saints and Ethan Page would have been like... There was rumors, I don't know if you saw this, but there was rumors of having Ethan Page and Ricky Saints be a tag team faction with Randy Orton. I think they were going to, but I guess there's rumors saying that Randy Orton's going to be out for a little while because of his injury.
Interesting. That's interesting. And I know they kind of ended the Ricky Saints Joe Hendry feud, because I feel like they should have been called up together on the same brand, because they had some like story stuff going on between those two.
Right.
In particular.
It's the same way with Sol Ruca and Zarya. Do you think Zarya, since she attacked her on Raw, do you think Zarya is going to be called up too?
I feel like she will eventually, but I don't think she's ready.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying too. Like with Blake Monroe.
I think Sol Ruca is ready on the main roster. I feel like the only reason I say that Ethan Page is ready is because you might not know this, but Ethan Page is already a former NXT champion. He's a TNA mixed tag team champion with Chelsea Green. He's a
Triple A,
not TNA, it was Triple A. And he's also a former 2-time North American champion. And he's good on the mic. He's got a good character. He's good and he's always been great in the ring.
Yeah.
So, and I've followed Ethan Page's career for a bit. So I've always seen the potential for him. I'm just glad he's finally getting his chance on the main roster to prove that he does belong in WWE. So for me, that might be my personal bias towards him, but I do believe that all these guys are ready. But Sol Ruca, it's about damn time.
And also with Blake Monroe, they didn't use her much in NXT.
No, it's going to be
It's like with Jade Cargill, they haven't used her either.
I feel like there's going to be another Julia case where Julia wasn't in NXT that long either, and Stephanie Vaquer wasn't in NXT that long. Stephanie Vaquer has done far more than Julia. Ever since Julia came up, it's like I don't know what they're doing with her.
Yeah, they made her lose the title again.
And this might be a hot take, everyone, but I was never a fan of Blake Monroe. Personally, I don't know what it is about her. She's good. She's good in the ring, but I guess she has a good character, but I don't know. There's there's just something about her specifically that rubs me the wrong way about her. But I can't lie, I guess she has talent, but I don't know. I've never been sold on Blake Monroe either.
Same. Alright, well, let us know in the comments below how you guys feel about the call-ups. Do you think that some of these should have been not called up? Do you think some of them deserve to be still down there? And do you think that any of the ones that have been on NXT roster for the longest time should have been called up. Let us know in the comments
Hey everybody, it's your boy Skiz here, and if you don't subscribe to the Unstoppable Denominator, then you are a toothy bumfuck, pussy ass bitch motherfucker.